We bless you in summary is the fourfold blessing for wishing you long life. Are you? Wano. Sukha, happiness, another word for peace. Then, Bala, spiritual strength. You know, most people focus on only physical strength to lift this, but we need mental strength so that we can do the work. The work that you are embarked on doing needs spiritual strength, but it needs the cooperation of all of you. And I thank you very much for coming. And I'd like to thank all of you that Mumbeja Tegala, Princess Mumbeja Tegala, your talk has touched me. The talk of my father, Zekabo Goza, Stevenie, Nerinyari Chalim passport, Sinalita. Hey, Banyongera Kobongezi. I'm telling my father that I have not left my name, Stevenie Goza. It's still in the passport. Because somebody can have a legal name. Legally, the name is Stevenie Kabokoza. Spiritually, the name is Buddha Rakitaban. You can have both. No, Olita yeah, you have given me a speech, and I'm very touched that I come from my family. I'm Chivumbi Malokweza. Zekabogoza. I told you Chivumbi. The story of the sister from the story over at Mr. Shokumara Joshua touched my heart, and it has given me energy to continue doing the spiritual work. All of you have talked up to now. I'm so happy, but there's not much time. But I want the MC to call the ambassador to give few words. I know him for a long time, and he has supported us in many ways, being the ambassador. Thank you very much. And they have asked me to support us. They're going to support us also. Please.
Thank you so much, Venerable Bante Budalakita. Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, allow me to call upon His Excellency Mr. Vilipai and I thank His Lankan High Commissioner to Uganda to come and us. And thanks for keeping time.
Good afternoon. Venerable Bante Budalakita, Princess Diana, and the worship Mayor Ronald Kalema. Notice and guests. It gives me great pleasure to attend this special event organized by the Uganda Buddhist Center, the auspicious occasion of Vesak Celebration, also called as Vesak is celebrated with devotion by Buddhists all over the world, commemorating the birth of the Gautam Buddha, his attainment and of enlightenment and passing away. As we honor this noble blessed sacrament in Uganda, the High Commissioner of Sri Lanka to Uganda, I should commend the effort taken by the Venerable Bhante to establish this Buddhist center and center's meritorious deeds of various services to the community. I salute you for this commendable work, Venerable Bhante. I am also delighted that the service to propagate the teaching of Lord Buddha in Uganda is being expanded to a larger community. In this regard, I appreciate the construction of this new Sangha building, which I am delighted to inaugurate today. Buddhism was introduced into Sri Lanka in the 3rd century, and at present, Buddhism is the largest official religion of Sri Lanka, by 73% of the population. There are many expatriate Sri Lankans living in Uganda for whom Buddhist Center of Uganda will be a place of worship, meditation and a source of spirituality. While the whole world is affected by COVID-19, the Lord Buddha's timeless message for unity and service to the others become even more relevant and important ever. Vesak is a week-long celebration in Sri Lanka with pandals and illuminations of streets and facilities. However, this year, Sri Lanka had to cancel the national Vesak celebrations and all community events as part of measures to contain the spread of coronavirus. Yet, on this auspicious day of Vesak, we celebrate Lord Buddha's wisdom given to the humanity through uniting to help others, compassion and solidarity without any barriers and demarcations. I strongly believe the merits of the religious offerings, puja, chanting and meditation, etc., conducted today will reach those who are in need of divine and blessings in the pandemic situation. I profusely thank Venerable Bhante and rest of your team for this exemplary work, and I wish you a happy Vesak and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for that great speech. It was really nice, and I thank you once again for keeping time. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been informed that as we speak, our guest of honor is just on the doorway. Of course, as the guest of honor, when the Chaba singer reaches, I will request you kindly to stand up and we welcome him. Then straight away, it will be, after welcoming him in, Venerable Bhante shall give a speech, and afterwards, I think the guest of honor shall give a speech. And immediately, we shall do the opening, the grand opening of these premises. For now, I believe everybody has been listening, of course getting many and getting to learn as much as we could about Buddhism. People have spoken about the importance of Buddhism not only to the communities but to the individual, and it is our Ladies and gentlemen, our guest of honor has arrived. We should all stand up and welcome him. We have a group of entertainers who are trying to welcome him in. This is not it is not a function. That's what I wanted to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, mukuru bwatuuka omugenyi omukulu tugenda kusooka kuggulawo. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chabazinga of Busoga is here with us. As he comes in, as he gets out of the car, he's going to do the function of opening up the Sangha building straight away. The grand opening is going to be assisted by the Beach High Commissioner and the Honorable Bante Barakita. Three of them shall do the function. Josh, Mr. Josh, Band wants you next to him. Because we want to save time, those are all creative dancers from Katavi. Wherever you are, you can as well clap for them. Give them more appetite. Abana tumubongere ku bugalo abatuzirira. Mubongere ku bugalo bakubire ku bugalo. Batraininze okumala ebbanga nga bakolera kino. Abange Omukulu, there's a third one, Mr. Siribasanga. The king is supposed to be in the middle. 3. At 3, at 2, at 1, at go! Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Thank you so much, Your Highness. Please, you are welcome to the Uganda Buddhist Center. And thank you so much for opening up officially the Sang building that is supposed to serve the monastery of the Buddhist Center. Basebo ne bannyabo omukulu amaze okuggulawo ekifo kyaffe ekizimbe kyaffe mu butongole. His Highness the Chabazinga of Busoga amaze okuggulawo ekizimbe mu butongole. His Highness the Chabazinga William Gabulama Diopi amaze okuggulawo ekizimbe kyaffe mu butongole ng'ayambiddwako High Commissioner wa Sri Lanka, ayambiddwako Omumbejja Diana, ayambiddwako Buddha Budarakita. Abaana battu gona mugatuleetere eno munda, mutuleetere munda eno. Omukulu agenze okusimba omuti mu kifo kino. Agenze okusimba omuti mu kifo kino okukomoleetinga olunaku luno lwabaddewo ng'akola ensonga eno. Koona eyo gurupu the Buddhist creative dancers. Katabi bw'oba wapangisa nkubira essimu olina mukolo gwa mbaga gwa kwanjula. Bazinyi tebazina basula masaka. Koona The Buddhist Cultural Center Group. Ojja kutegeera nti Uganda Buddhist Center tetudde butuuzi tekomye ku nsonga emu si ya myoyo gyokka wabula okuyamba ku bantu mu byensoma mu kubawa amazzi mu kuba entertaininga eyo bagiyita Buddhist Cultural Group. Abaana batweyininga tubagambye nti wante tukoma ku kintu kimu amazina geego amazzi tugasima abaana tubasomesa beebo mutwongere kujja mukowa biki mmiri buli eno sessioni nga n'omukulu bw'asimba omuti yakoona sumulula mwatweyininga okumala emyezi 3 nga yensonga gye mutweyiningira. Wololo, abagenyi abalungi abaffe inidi bulijjo manyo nyeenya jagasisi abagenyi abalungi era dde tweyanziza 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 abagenyi abalungi era dde abagenyi abalungi era dde abagenyi abalungi era dde wulira abagenyi abalungi era dde nnyo abagenyi abalungi era dde abagenyi abalungi era dde mutudde bulungi tunaabaweera mwebale kukuuma ddembe abagenyi abagalwa batunaabaweera wulira ssebo abagenyi mutudde bulungi tunaabaweera mwebale kukuuma ddembe abagenyi abagalwa batunaabaweera owange abagenyi mutudde bulungi tunaabaweera mwebale kukuuma ddembe owange tunaabaweera abange abagenyi mutudde bulungi tunaabaweera mwebale kukuuma ddembe abaffe abagenyi abagalwa owange abagenyi mutudde bulungi tunaabaweera mwebale kukuuma ddembe abagalwa nga tunaabaweera owange abagenyi mutudde bulungi tunaabaweera mwebale kukuuma ddembe owange tunaabaweera abaffe abagenyi mutudde bulungi tunaabaweera mwebale kukuuma ddembe abagenyi abagalwa nga tunaabaweera abaffe abagenyi mutudde bulungi tunaabaweera mwebale kukuuma ddembe abagenyi abalungi nga tunaabaweera wulira ssebo abagenyi mutudde bulungi tunaabaweera mwebale kukuuma ddembe abagenyi abagalwa abagenyi tutudde bulungi mwebale kukuuma ddembe mutembere no wait no I don't have a passport. Ladies and gentlemen, abazinyi baffe, the Buddhist culture group, mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala for that warm welcome to the Kyabazinga. Tusanyuse nnyo bannaye abazinyi baffe mbakubireko mbugalo. Abagenyi baffe mwena mukube engalo ez'omwatukwa olw'omugenyi waffe omukulu His Highness the Kyabazinga obu Busoga asobodde okukkiriza n'asiima n'ajja olunaku olwaleero okubeerako naffe. Mumwongere obugalo Kyabazinga. Taata omulungi oli taata tuli basanyufu nnyo 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 nnyini ddala nga Uganda Buddhist Center ate nga n'ekitundu kyonna ekyagaluga olw'okusiima kwo n'ojja olunaku olwaleero okubeerako naffe wano. Kiribera mu byafaayo ebbanga lyonna era tujja kusanyuka, tuli kulaga okusanyuka n'okusiima ebbanga lyonna. Weebale nnyo, weebale ddala. Your Highness the Kyabazinga, we are very grateful for your acceptance to come today and be with us on this noble cause, on this noble function, and accepting to open up officially the Sang building for the Uganda Buddhist Center. We are very grateful. Mr. Bante Budalakita, the most venerable, please thank you so much still for inviting the Kyabazinga to come. Kyabazinga with us, we've had His Excellency Mr. Verupillai Kanathan, the Sri Lankan High Commissioner to Uganda. He's been here with us. Next to you, we have Mr. Ashoko Kumar Joshi on your right, who is the head of the Indian community in Uganda. On your left, we have Princess Teyegara Diana from the Buganda Kingdom, on your left, sir. Next to her, we have Kago Profili Kivumbi Malokweza, the former Kago of Chadondo, and also the Pope's Night in Uganda. We have very many distinguished dignitaries around. We also have our mother, the mother to Bante. She's also around, and she's already an ordained mother or monk. Mami uba ku mukono bakulabeko Kyabazinga akulengere. Mama omulungi uba ku mukono omukulu akulengere. Mama waffe naye waali. Tulina abagenyi bangi nnyo sebo Kyabazinga. Tulina ennimi nnyingi nnyo wano. Olinawo abantu bo aba Buganda, olinawo abantu bo aba Busoga, olinawo abantu bo okuva e India, olinawo abantu bo okuva e Sri Lanka, olinawo abantu bo okuva e China n'amawanga amalala mangi nnyo. Y'ensonga lwaki Mukama wange olulimi oluwulira tukwata eno n'eno. Sebo tusanyuse nnyo, tusiimye nnyo, tusiimidde ddala. Era kiseera kino kyennyini ngenda kusaba the most venerable Bante Budalakita akwanirize mu butongole olw'okujjako. Weebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala. Obugalo sebo.
I'd like to officially invite our chief guest, the King of Busoga, Kyabazinga, for coming to grace this ceremony. This is not the first time I met you. I've met you. This is the third time. And we were together the last time, last year, and we were going to Japan together, to travel to Japan. But because of COVID, our journey was cancelled. We had got the visas. So, and thank you very much for supporting us. Your Royal Highness, we have about 7 or 8, probably even 9 people from your kingdom. Even the one sitting next to me is from your kingdom. About 7 young boys are from your kingdom. Your kingdom, there's the Buganda kingdom, And the Busoga Kingdom is the next kingdom to Buganda Kingdom that we have so many members. We have Zidibasanga, our General Secretary, also from that kingdom. So we are going to start a center in Busoga Kingdom. And I know at some stage in our discussion you are even offering land to expand Buddhism to Busoga. There is a good news. There are more Indians in Jinja than here in Entebbe. So that center is going to flourish because our Indian community and Sri Lankan community and others, of course, they have pledged support to the spreading of Lord Buddha's teaching, the teaching of peace and happiness. That doesn't, that they welcome everybody. Right? Long time ago, we were in India, 1990, with my colleague, Dr. Juko, the one who spoke there. We are together in India in 1990, in the same room. And we meditated. And we saw how Uganda was torn apart by violence when we left Uganda. We committed to come back. He's a doctor now with natural medicine, and I'm a doctor for the mind. I don't have a certificate as a medical doctor, but I help people for the mind to be peaceful. So, Your Royal Highness, allow me to talk about the significance of this day, but it will be in my talk. This is just to welcome you and request you, as per our chief guest, to give a talk after I give a talk, because the chief guest is the one who gives a talk last. So I will give a short talk. My short talk is about this day, the significance of this day. It's called Vesak Day, Vesak. Actually, this day is celebrated around the world. This is a day which has three things in one. It celebrates the birth of Lord Buddha. It celebrates the enlightenment of Lord Buddha, who got enlightened in India. That's why you see the Indian community here. And the Buddha is the ninth avatar. Yes, so we have so many Indians who are supposed even to come, but they didn't come, but they are represented by about 7 or 8 people here, wonderful people. And it's the Indian company that constructed this building, and this is the first phase. And they're working together. Even in 2009, they actually did the floor of the temple. You haven't gone to the temple, maybe on your way back, we'll take you to the temple. So we have a great support of Indian community. And we hope that when we come to Busoga, we are working closely with all the Indian community there. Yes. I've been to Tororo. The Indian community, they say they welcome me to start the center there. So we are going to work hand in glove with the Busoga Kingdom to establish more centers like this. So now, 3 things I told you. One is the birth of the Lord Buddha, the enlightenment in India, and the passing away of Lord Buddha, again in India. It's in Kushinala. The good news, I've taken my father there. He's called Wechitiibwa Tofiri Kabogoza, sorry, Chibumbi, Malokweza, is the Kago of Chadondo, Ate, Msaja wa Kabaka. Yafinye ne chitibwe wa Kabaka, Saba Saja Kabaka. Oba chitabati echo, chitibwe echo, bachitabata. He's one of the 5 people who was given. I've taken him to India. I've taken him to India and see these places. Yes, to Buddha. He went there with his cross dangling in his chest. He have seen to Buddha, and Omombe Jeteyagara also has been to Buddha. And he saw His Holiness the Lama. We traveled together with Sebo. Netugende India. Yes. Now, the third is the death, the passing away, but the Buddha don't die. Buddha, we said he died. We don't say he died. We say that he attained parinibbana. Parinibbana does not mean death. So now those are the importance of this day. But also allow me to tell you that this day is very important all over the Buddhist world. Even the United Nations celebrates it. Many times we have gone to Japan with the King Oyo, and Kamswaga we went also, and many other loyal families we have gone to celebrate this day. Even in Thailand, we celebrate, but because of COVID, we could not go. And usually it's United Nations. Now, 3 more things to talk about this day. 1, is this a day to honor Lord Buddha? Because his teaching has brought a lot of peace around the world. That's the first significance, to honor Lord Buddha. The second one is to remind us, to reflect on the teaching of Lord Buddha. The Buddha said that when you see the Buddha, you see the Dhamma. When you see the Dhamma, you see the Buddha. So in other words, this day is a time to reflect on his teaching he taught in summary. To do good, avoid evil, and purify the mind. That's the summary of Lord Buddha. I'm not going to burden you with the philosophy of Buddhism. But in short, Buddha's teaching is avoid the evil, do what's good, and purify the mind. Buddhism is not complicated. Most people say, oh, this is Buddhism, we don't know what this kind of... Buddhism is not so complicated. Don't do evil, do what's good, and purify the mind. That's it. So this teaching can resonate to many people, how it's very practical in this world. So that's the second significance. One is honor, another one, reflect on Buddha's teaching. Another one, the third one, is what does it mean to be a Buddhist? This is the day that we Buddhists, we ask ourselves, what does it mean to be a Buddhist? Of course, to be a Buddhist is to avoid the evil, do good, and purify the mind. So with that short talk, Your Royal Highness, I would like to welcome you again. Thank you very much for gracing this occasion, and all of you who have come. Now, this is the end of my talk. I'll give it to Master of Ceremony, but normally, I'm the one who invite my guests. They're not going to invite my guests. So, please, I invite Your Royal Highness, unless there's any other thing. Yes, that's okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, before the most venerable invites the king to speak, I will request everybody to stand up. The king is here. We need to play the national anthem and the Busoga anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, stand up attentively. Everyone, please. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. You can sit down. Let me take the same opportunity to call up Mr. Bante to call the guest of honor.
Your Royal Highness, we'd like to invite you to give a talk and bless us with your presence. Thank you very much. Welcome, Chabazinga, the King of Busoga. Please.
Your most venerable, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, the royal fraternity present, ladies and gentlemen, a good afternoon. I am glad to join Buddhists in Uganda and around the world in their celebration of Vesak Day, which marks the birth of the Buddha, the Enlightenment, and his passing away. I am most grateful to Most Venerable Kabogoza, Buddha Rakita, and all Buddhists for extending to me the honor to be the chief guest at this historic event. This year's Vesak celebrations fall at a time of widespread misery across the world, which is an occasion to test how the Buddha's teachings can respond to the modern challenges. The Buddha himself, the Four Noble Truths. The divine fragrance of Buddhism that spread all over the world has inspired many societies across the globe. Moreover, I am glad to learn that throughout its rich history, Buddhism is replete of transformative powers. The legendary King Ashoka, who presided over a brutal rule in India, was tamed by the compassionate teachings of Buddhism, renouncing violence. He advocated for values of human rights, democratic governance, non-violence, and respect for the dignity of life. All these values are common to all religions. Africa owes a debt of gratitude to Most Venerable Buddha Rakita for bringing the gift of Dharma to the continent and for preserving the most central elements of the Buddhist heritage. Vesak is an occasion that brings together people from various walks of life to share our common aspirations and celebrate the unbroken heritage. As we gather here today to celebrate Vesak Day, I believe that our friendship and partnership has reached a greater height across different areas. And our yardstick for the success of our friendship is your progress and success. Indeed, we gather here today to inaugurate a building that is planned to house at least 6 monks from all the 54 countries in Africa. The vision of bringing 54 countries together for a common purpose is a very powerful gesture of peace, love, and compassion. I pray that your most venerable Kabogoza live to achieve and witness this noble vision. I've also learned that the advent of Buddhism in Uganda came with unprecedented development, and that the center has been involved in humanitarian activities, including providing entrepreneurial skills and economic empowerment for youth and women, computer skills for the youth, providing access to safe and clean water to communities, and improving their health. I wish that such activities also extend to the kingdom of Busoga, so that our brothers and sisters can benefit from the generosity and goodwill of the Buddhist world. Moreover, I'm also told that boreholes have been drilled in Buyende, serving communities with safe and clean drinking water. Thank you for that. I as well extend my sincere gratitude to all these developments and support to the Busoga Kingdom from the Buddhism community. As a kingdom, we are committed to the spiritual and economic prosperity of our people. We will continue to create avenues to drive economic transformation and to deepen our development cooperation. We'll also share our strength, knowledge, and prosperity with the Buddhist world. I want our cooperation to stretch across nearly every sector of human development, including education, health, culture, water, shelter, human resource, and so forth. I believe that in doing so, it is our mutual benefit. Once again, as we celebrate the Vesak Day, I would like to extend my best wishes to believers around the world. May it be a day to open new hopes and strengthen our resolve to improve our world. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Highness, Your Royal Highness, the Chabazinga of Busoga, for that great speech. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you once again to give a very big clap to the King. We are showing him that we are very, very delighted to have him today, for accepting our invitation, and also for the great speech he has given us. The most venerable Bante has something to offer, please.
Your Royal Highness, I've been touched by your speech, that we are going to work together to uplift human standards of living, and that you quoted the Buddha was the prince. So that's why we work closely with the princes and royal families, because the Buddha was a prince, and his father was a king of a great kingdom. And Mumbeja Tegala, you have seen that great kingdom. I hope one time we'll move together with His Royal Highness, Chabazinga of Soga, and see that kingdom, that ancient kingdom in India. Thank you very much for your wonderful speech. I'd like to give a token. They say that one who gives the Dharma gives life. So there is a book that is from an engineer who's from Google, and he sent me this book, and it's a bestseller in New York, and I'd like to handle this as a gift in front of the audience here, so that, yes, I can present this book here. Bejategara. The first time you met me, you got interested in Buddhism and meditation. And that's why you ended up in India. And I've given you many books. I've added more. Please. Come on. Mr. Shock, every time we meet, we exchange spirituality. I know we've done business together and you build this building, and this building is not yet finished. But what I enjoy more is your spiritual bent. Every time I come to your office, whenever we meet, so I will add more on this book, which is a bestseller. It's written by somebody from Google, very successful, an engineer from Google. And at the end, there's a small book also I've written. So I'd like to hand this book to you. And share this with the Indian community. And I have more copies that I can give. Yes. Yes. So, yes, I can. So give me more books to give to one more gift here. Yes. I ask the Sri Lankan community. We work closely with the Indian community here and Sri Lankan community. So His Excellency didn't have time. He was going to the airport. He was supposed to get his gift. So I asked Kamala, who is heading also the Buddhist community here, to handle this over to His Excellency, who has gone to Kenya. So he went in a rush. I was supposed to give this one. Yes. Take it. Finally, I would like to give this book to my father, who showed me the way. Mwami alokweza, Kivumbi Tofili Kago, Sirikali wa Papa, ekisabo kino, wangama nsome, leka nkubulire ku byafaayo bya taata ono, ebitonotono. When I became a Buddhist, I was so scared to tell him. I was so scared to tell him, so I said, let me meditate, 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 meditate. It took me many years to find out how to talk him that I became a Buddhist. Now I found a way how to talk to him. There is a sister from Gogonya, called Sister Maria. I took her to Kenya for a conference at the United Nations. And I say, I have my father called Tofili Kabogoza Malokweza, Kivumi Malokweza. But if I tell him I became a Buddhist, he will not understand. If I tell him I became a monk, he will not understand. So how about we go together with the food, and we went to his home in Naweru. I brought all the newspaper, all the publication around the world, Denmark, US, everywhere around the world. It was a big box like this. I say, I didn't go wrong. That's what I told him. Sawaba, nasigala kumulamwa. Na yete yachimbatira ninga kamutike kunyonyi nemutwale Japan. I took him to Japan, I took him to Thailand, I took him to India. That event in India, the president of Sri Lanka presided over that event. The Dalai Lama was on that event. After 3 trips around the world, and I told him I've been to the Vatican in Italy, and he said, Mwana wange nkusabira wengereko okusoma. He encouraged me to go further to study Buddhism. And I did so. So, njagala nkuwa ekirabo kino. Kino kyekirabo kyenkwadde mu lujjudde. Kubanga wangaye weeyongereyo osome Buddhism. Tosigalaawo, gwe waŋŋamba. Wadde nali nti okugamba nti nabeera Buddhist, naye waŋŋamba weeyongereko mwana wange. Neeyongera. Kale, kana katwale. Kakati with that, I would like to hand over this MC. These are the special gifts I've given.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are almost coming to the end of our function, and the most venerable Band Barakta, Budarakita, and the King and his VIP guests are moving to the temple right now for a small meeting. Then they are also going to have a cup of tea. But as of the rest of the people, our cultural group is here to entertain us. And after, I am going to tell you what is next. Thank you so much. Most Venerable Bante, omugenyi omukulu, omugenyi otogenda muleka, omugenyi ogenda muyisa watata. Your Highness, Your Royal Highness, the Chabazinga of Busoga, the Most Venerable Bante Barakita abadde agala kutwalako ku temple akusiibule ne ba VIP be taata omumbejja abambejja ba VIP, the Sri Lankan community and the Indian community, the heads, you can continue with them. Fabagenyi baffe abalala tugere nga tukyanyumirwa. Dr. Juko omukulu tomulekerera. Abaana baffe ka entertaining aba media nabo eno ne bumutadda. Abazinyi baffe musembere eno mukoone sente twabawadde nnyingi. Wololololololololo. Mwebale nnyo bassebo ne bannyabo okujja ku mukolo guno olwaleero. Mwebalire ddala.